All right. How's it going? It's your man, Sir-Earl, coming at you. Episode number 182. Coming to you kind of late today. It's Tuesday. It seems like I'm getting later, but I'm actually about to make sure I start getting this thing done on the weekend. I invite everybody to join us next week. YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and we're gonna have an interview on the podcast with the client of the month, Venus Smith, which I think you're gonna really, really enjoy. She's a really, really good person. So I'm looking forward to that, which will be the next podcast. Definitely be up on by Monday. I'm trying to get this done. Actually, it'll be done on Monday. So I hope you join us for that. Also, I'm inviting you to look at my other social media platform. Pretty much, Sir-Earl1 on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. It's under Earl Bell, or LinkedIn. It's always positive. I try to keep things positive. We live in a very negative world. Try to combat it a little bit with a little positivity. And once again, I ask everybody, if you know somebody that may enjoy hearing the messages that we have or the different things that we offer, I invite you to invite someone to listen in on the podcast. I think they'll enjoy themselves. They can join on any platform, Spotify, iHeartRadio, any of those. So I asked one to invite one. Let's get this thing going on a wider level. We have enough negativity in the world. I mean, looking at the 5 black officers in Atlanta, we have enough bullshit going on. Let's try to spread some love and spread some positivity and keep some good vibes going. We got enough bad stuff going on. So I try to not adhere to that. That's why I read and listen to podcasts more than I watch TV. TV is, if Chicago don't have enough murder for you, we'll go to another city and tell you about all the murders that's going on there. It's definitely has changed. Like I said, I'm asking everybody to invite somebody. Let's make this thing really good. Get a lot of good listeners. We grow every week. We have a lot of people that listen around the world, which I'm extremely, extremely proud of. But definitely want to get better. What I wanted to talk about and discover today, like I say, today is Tuesday. It's about 1:30. This February, which today is the 31st. So tomorrow will be February. So sometime mid-February, I opened up my dream, which was ratio 1-to-1, and it's like I talk to a lot of people. People don't chase their dreams anymore. They don't have dreams anymore. It's a very negative society. I think if we start to realize that we're special and that we can accomplish anything that we set our mind to, I think with goals and purpose, we'll start seeing a change in a lot of things. So that's what I believe. So this February will be 25 years that I operated ratio 1-to-1, that I opened it 25 years ago. I've actually worked in this industry. I worked for myself in this fitness industry the last probably 31 years. But I've owned my own the last 25 years. So as you can see, I didn't just jump out of my own. I worked my way up. I started out vacuuming floors, cleaning equipment, and worked my way up, all the way up to eventually one day owning my own. The location that we have now 18061 Dixie Highway. It's a 6,000 square feet facility, and it's actually the what I envisioned when I started it. We've had a lot of productive things. We had a few places, but right now, not only am I starting to get more respect in the business community as being a good businessman. Don't tell anybody because I'm not that smart. But people are starting to recognize that I at least have been lucky enough to stay in business 25 years, which is very difficult. The fitness business, because of the high turnovers, you're lucky to exist 5 or 6 years. This is about the average time span I've managed to squeeze out 25. So I am looking back over the time. 30 years have went past very quick, very quick. People ask me, did I expect Ratio to be where it's at? No, I didn't, because at the time I opened up Ratio, personal training studios were not the thing. Why would somebody want to pay you a lot of money to work out? It is now. You have a lot more people into personal training, which is a joke because of the certifications. You have a lot of idiots that, to me, is not worth the money, that think just because they get a piece of paper. You can get a piece of paper in 4 weeks online, never touch a person. You were stupid as shit 4 weeks ago. You're stupid as shit now. Okay, you're not a trainer. That seems to be the problem with it. Now you have a lot more people that's aware and wanting to stay healthier, but then they go and they get these trainers that don't know what the hell they doing, that's going to do nothing but injure them and give them no results. That's the shame part to me, is that you finally have people wanting to work out and get healthy, and down just because you have these people that think personal training is a quick buck. They have no respect for it. They don't respect what it means. To me, from starting how I did and when I did, probably the reason that we've been in existence longer than any other training place. One, there's not a lot of one-on-one personal training places. You'll have a gym that has trainers in it, but that's not a one-on-one personal training studio. A one-on-one personal training studio that's all you do. You don't have a gym. You have gym equipment, but everybody that comes in there comes in for one-on-one training, and it's very difficult to do. And it's I look at it as maybe you ain't good enough, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah. I can recall, I'll give you guys a little story on the journey. I can recall going, I had just moved to University Park, and I had just bought a house, so I was going to the hardware store on Old Money Road. And when you go down on Old Money Road, there's anybody that knows that lives around here locally, there's nothing on Old Money Road except a gym and a hardware store. And I went into the hardware store, got what I needed, and then I walked into the gym. And when I walked into the gym, up until that time, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was a mechanic. I didn't like it. I tried roofing. I tried UPS. I tried a whole bunch of different things, and none of it really interests me. I walked into a gym. I walked into Bob's Gym on Old Money Road. And it's just a feeling. I walked in, and I knew at that time this was what I want to do for the rest of my life. Sounds crazy, but it was to help people that want to help themselves physically, and you have just a little bit more knowledge than they do, and you have a little bit better equipment than they do. To be able to help them and to have them appreciate your help, that's just something magical. There's a humbleness that I guess I grew up with, that I really like helping people achieve their goals. So I stayed at Bob's Gym a couple of years, and then I was part time at Bob's Gym. Now you talking about going from a full time mechanic salary to a part time gym salary. I probably took a 85% pay cut to do that. My wife at the time was not happy about it at all. Then I got a full time job at Body by Ivory's, which I helped turn. He had just opened. I helped build that up, and I worked for him for a little while. And at one time, I was looking. We used to order supplements from a place called Perillo Performance, John Perillo, and he used to give us this little magazine with it. And I had got this magazine, and there was a bodybuilder that had won the Mr. USA, which is one of the big national events. He had won the USA. His name was Charles Durr, and it was in there that he had not too long ago opened up a personal training studio. It was not even heard, but not by me anyway. At that time, and that was in probably '92. So I went down to 14 North Peoria, which was right down the street from Harpo Studio when Oprah used to be in Chicago doing her show. So I didn't know nothing about training. So I went down there. I begged for a job. He told me no about 100 times, but I just kept persisting, kept calling, kept going down there, kept hanging around. He finally gave me a job. And it was a little bitty studio, and they had all these great customers, people with money, and people who really enjoyed the private one-on-one setting. And that's when I knew what I want to have a private studio. I don't want a gym. I want a private studio, one-on-one training. And same thing, I was down there, I was vacuuming, I was wiping down the equipment, emptying the garbage, running errands, whatever it is. I tell people down there, come work for me. I didn't fall into this seat, trust me. I worked my way up to get in this seat. I started from the ground up the bottom and just worked my way into owning my own. Man, I paid the price, put it that way. But I went down there, and most of what I use now, we have people like Chris Gardner of The Pursuit of Happiness. He was coming in there. Louis Farrakhan was coming. Judge Senior was coming. Allison Payne was coming. You had a lot of people, famous people, that would come to that one-on-one studio. So I used to have this little raggedy Chevy Chevette with no floorboard and no muffler. So I used to have to, when I came from University Park, I used to have to carry a case of oil in the trunk because it leaked so much oil that I needed to refill it just to get back home. So I stayed down there, and I learned everything I could down there. And the owner, one of the owners, there's two of them, Cornell and Charles. Charles has since passed away. That was the one that won the USA. Hell of a bodybuilder. They were like, man, you need to, they had already knew that I eventually one day wanted to open up my own place. So Cornell said, you need to go out south where you live and your clients, and you need to find your place and you need to open up. So I took his advice, but at the time when I went to open up, I went to Quad Gym. I was working out at Quad Gym, which is a world famous gym. And the owner, he had been in business at that time about 25 years. And he offered to sell me Quad Gym, but I wanted a studio. And he said, okay, what I'll do is you give me your business plan. I'll go over your business plan, and I'll tell you what I think about your chances of making it. And I said, man, that's great. Thank you. I appreciate it. By the way, what the hell is a business plan? I didn't even know. So he taught me what a business plan is. And I brought probably 9 or 10 business plans to him, and he shut all of them down. And the greatest thing he ever did, now see, at this time, well, let me stay with the story. The greatest thing he ever did to me was each one he shut down, each business plan he said it wouldn't work, he told me why. This place is too big. This place is too small. At one point, I wanted to open up something downtown that's too far. It's too expensive. He would always tell me what he thought of why I shouldn't do this one. So eventually, the last one I brought to him, he said, this is your best chance. Take that, which was the one that I opened. And to this day, I'm still here. And it's 25 years later. So that was how I initially opened up, was just advice from Cornell. I used to sit around all day and just listen to how they sell these packages. So advice from Cornell, advice from Tom, even though, like I said, he didn't know anything about personal training, but he knew about gyms because he had one. And so far, it's been pretty good. I can't say I've made a hell of a lot of money, but I can say I've loved every single day that I get to come to Ratio 1-to-1 and train and help people. And I was telling one of my clients yesterday, every time someone pays me, whether they buy one session or 100 sessions, which we do have people do that, it's a humbling experience because we're not, you could definitely find cheaper trainers or cheaper places to train, but we feel we're worth what we ask for. And every time someone sacrifices something to pay to be here, I take that very, very seriously. And I feel an obligation to go beyond what you pay for as a trainer. And I've done that for 25 years that I've been in business. It don't matter if you buy one or you buy 100, you're going to get treated like $1 million. And that's the one thing that a lot of trainers today don't have. They don't understand it ain't about you. It's really not. It's about the customer and giving them the customer. That's why I have all great equipment. That's why my customers, we have someone open the door for them. My customers have my private number where they'll call me or text me or, I'm about to eat this, I'm about to eat that. What do you think? So I went beyond what I originally thought of any trainers back when I was coming up. After 25 years, it's been great. And this is why I urge people to always pursue and go for their dreams. It is such a rewarding effort. You don't get satisfaction from when you get it. You get satisfaction in what it takes to get there. It took me over 30 years. I have been 7 years and then over 25 years of owning my own to really start to feel I know what I'm doing. It has been a joy for 25 years. Like people come here now and they are amazed and they work out. We got all the best equipment, all commercial grade equipment, and they are amazed. And I'm like, I thought about this 30 years ago of what I wanted this to be, how I wanted it to look, what type of atmosphere I wanted it to have. And it is that now. And I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't be happier. It's what I wanted to do. November 1st, 1990, the first day I stepped into a gym, I knew this is what I wanted to do. To this day, 30 years, however many years later, I still love every single day I get to come to work. And a lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can't say that. So this is why I push people to always pursue your dreams. It gives you a happiness getting there and staying there that you can never get from anything else. So until next week, like I said, I'll have my client of the month on here. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I want you guys to listen in. We still got a lot of things that we're doing coming up that's keeping me super busy. That's why I'm doing this on Tuesday. I'm actually sneaking in there between the time I got clients and I go work out. But join me back next week, and let's do this again. All right, the man, Sir-Earl, the greatest trainer that there is, checking out of here. Peace.